Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the EVS class. Kids, as you know that in our last lecture we have started chapter number 13, A Shelter So High. So today we will have the revision and also we will go with the topic one by one. What we are going to learn, what we have learned, what we have done reading in the last lecture. Other than that, we are going with these topics: introduction of the chapter, a traveler's tale, getting ready, new home, cold desert, and we will see at home with Tashi. So for this you will have to do reading from page number 120 to 123. So you all are ready for the chapter. First of all, in the chapter A Shelter So High, the name itself indicates here we are going to learn about the people and their type of living, how they live in which kind of houses at the height of mountains. So first let us go through an introductory video regarding the different types of houses. Enjoy the video, children.
Introduction. Nandini and her family are spending their holidays in northeastern states of India. The hotel they stayed in very different from the one she stayed in her town. She asked her father the reason for such a different house. Let us see how her father explained. In this lesson, you will learn about different types of houses. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify different types of houses, explain the type of houses suited to the needs of the people who live there, discuss the evolution of modern houses. Houses we live. A house is a place that gives us shelter and protection from wind, rainfall, heat, and cold. It also protects us from enemies and thieves. We feel happy and safe in our houses. Different types of houses are made of different materials. We use materials like brick, cement, steel, and wood to build houses. The house we live in depends on the weather conditions of that place. Houses on hilly or wet areas. Houses on the hills have slanting roofs so that rain and snow may drain off easily. Stilt houses are found in places that get heavy rainfall to avoid flooding of houses. The area around the house is normally wet and marshy land. Hot and dry regions. People living in hot and dry climates build mud houses. Mud is used with materials such as straw, sticks, etc. to construct the house. Houses in the towns and cities are built with bricks and cement. These are very strong houses. Igloos. Regions such as Arctic region and polar region are completely covered with snow and are extremely cold. People in that region build house by using block of snow, generally in the form of dome shape. Dome shape helps to keep the place warm from inside. Temporary houses. These can be built for vacations and camping. These types of houses are often built by fishermen along the coastal areas using wood or coconut leaves. Tents are used for holiday camping. These are made of waterproof materials like canvas cloth or nylon. Houseboat. Houseboats are floating houses on lake. They vary in size. Some people use it for vacation purpose and some live permanently in the boat. In India, we find houseboats in Kashmir. Caravans. Houses on wheels are called caravans. Caravan may be pulled by an animal or by car or truck. People move from one place to another and live in caravans. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. House is a place where we live in. The house we live in differ according to the region. The reasons include climate, economic conditions, and the availability of local raw materials.
So, from this video, I hope you now understood in this chapter, we are going to learn about a traveler, Mr. Gaurav Jani, who is doing traveling to different places. Here, Gaurav Jani is telling about him. He is Gaurav Jani, and this is loner. That loner is nothing but his partner, his motorcycle. Loner is never lonely because most maximum time Gaurav Jani keeps on being with the loner, and they together do a long journeys. Children, they always wait for the chance to get away from the busy, crowded and noisy city of Mumbai. From here you can understand that the person Mr. Gaurav Jani is living in Mumbai, and he is always ready to go for a long trip along with his loner. They like to travel to different parts of this wonderful country, and now he is going to share one of his amazing journey along with us, in which we are going to learn about the different kinds of shelters at different places, which he is going to discuss with us in this chapter. So, what we are going to see, getting ready. This journey took about 2 months, and I had to carry everything on my motorcycle, and I had to plan and collect all the things I needed. So I packed a small tent, sleeping bag, plastic sheet, warm clothes, and food that would remain fresh for some days. I also took my camera and extra cans for petrol. Lunar and I left Mumbai, passing through small villages and towns of Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Rajasthan. Children, to reach Delhi. Here you can see he has arranged some material. So if you are going for the road trips, these are some materials you need to take with you. Water cans, a map, a guidebook, first aid, a tent. Other than that, you need blankets, you need some glasses, and these are some materials here I am showing, which out of which some are similar to that of the Gaurav Janis and some are a bit different, isn't it? But we need some accessories. We need to do packing in prior if you are going for a road trip. Other than that, here he is explaining that he has moved from all the way small villages and towns of Maharashtra, Gujarat and Rajasthan to reach Delhi. So here I show you this map, children. Mumbai to New Delhi. You can see if you are moving from Mumbai to New Delhi, you have started the journey from this. First is Gujarat, then reaching to Kota it will be Rajasthan, and then you are going to New Delhi. So this is what the route of Gaurav Jani that you can see here in this map. Other than that, it was around 1400 kilometers to cover this distance, and while going through this, he was hoping that he will find something new and different in Delhi. But Delhi was also looked just like Mumbai. the same buildings and the kinds of houses made of cement, bricks, glass and steel. He was looking forward to his journey ahead, and while going through this, he was excited that he would be able to see wooden houses with sloping roofs and those covered with snow, as he has seen in the pictures in some books about such houses. So, let us see, children. Further, then he packed more things in Delhi and he continued. In 2 days, he reached to Manali. Where he is going? Towards Manali. It was so refreshing to be in the mountains and breathe the clean air. Now their real journey began. They had to travel through difficult roads of the state of Jammu and Kashmir so that they can reach Leh in Ladakh. So first let us see about Manali, children, which is present in Himachal Pradesh at an altitude of 2050 meters in the Beas River Valley. It is actually a hill station nested in the mountains of the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh, which is near the northern end of the Kullu, and it is located about 270 kilometers north of the state capital, Shimla. Children, Manali is with a population of approximate 30,000 people, is administratively a part of the Kullu district, and the small town is the beginning of the ancient trade route to Ladakh, and from there over the Karakoram pass on to Yarkand and Khotan in the Tarim Basin. So this is a small introduction about Manali. Other than that, you can see the beautiful picture of the place. It is continuously having snow, cold climate. You can see here where it is situated in this map. Children, here you can see Maharashtra where Mumbai is situated, then Gujarat, then Rajasthan, and after this here is New Delhi, from where he has moved to Haryana, Chandigarh, Himachal Pradesh, right? Punjab, Chandigarh, and then Himachal Pradesh. So this is the way he is doing his journey. Here is Manali. You can see in the Himachal Pradesh. You can see the location of Manali here. So children, this is your work to do. Check in your map which states would one pass through while traveling from Mumbai to Kashmir. So you have gone through the map, children. If you are going from Mumbai to Kashmir, you will be starting from Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan. Okay. Then the route will go to Delhi, and also it will go from Punjab, Chandigarh, Himachal, and then Kashmir. Children, you can have the direct route also if you will find out. So these are some states which are coming in between. You should take out the political map on the last page of your book and try to find out the states. So if we will check through the map, we will find that Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh and Jammu Kashmir. These are the actually states which are coming on the straight way. What I told you on the straight way, here you can see the straight way I am talking about, okay? And Gaurav Jani passed through several states while going from Mumbai to Delhi. So you should have to find out their capital cities. Was there any other big town on his way? So children, while going through these, Gaurav Jani passed through several states and their capitals are as follows. For Maharashtra, Mumbai. For Gujarat, Gandhinagar. For Rajasthan, Jaipur. For Haryana, Chandigarh. Some of the big cities on his way will be Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Chandigarh, etc. These are the places where he has crossed across, or which are the capitals of those states. Is Manali a plain or hilly area? Just now we have seen about the Manali, the short description. where we came to know Manali is a hilly area and is in Himachal Pradesh. Later on, he moved toward a new home. Loner and I, they were covering long distances every day while moving on their way. All they needed was a food and a tent to protect themselves from the cold night air. He was having a nylon tent which was so small that he could just adjust himself about to fit into it to sleep. But Loner was always standing outside, guarding outside the tent. The breeze and the sound of the birds woke him whenever there is a sunrise. And it is really, children, don't you feel so amazing to go on a ride, on a trip, staying on a tent, isn't it? Have you ever stayed in a tent? If yes, where and what was it like? Just imagine that you were to stay alone in a small tent for 2 days. So, what things you will make? You will have to find out your own list and make a list of those 10 things. And what are the different types of houses you have seen? So, children, now I have shown you one video as well as you have learned in the previous class. So, I hope now you can tell about the different types of houses. So, if you, for example, if I will share my answer, yes, I have stayed, and you can tell about that camping, where here it is given the example. I was on a camping trip to Kullu, and it was a great adventurous experience. And if you are staying alone in a small tent, you can have clothes, sweater, blanket, torch, packaged food, water, stove, mosquito repellent, especially because so many insects and mosquitoes can bite you. To protect yourself, shoes and camera to grab that to click those pictures of that moment. Other than that, here the third question was different types of houses. So I have shown you in the video we have different kinds of houses. Some of them are thatched hut which are made of dry leaves and mud walls, then pakka houses which are made up of brick and cement, stilt houses. Other than that, children, we have also seen igloos, karwas, right? Now here comes cold desert. At last, Gaurav and Loner, they both reached Leh, and for the first time they saw such an area high, dry and flat which is called a cold desert. Why it is called cold desert, children? Because though it is having a dry sandy area, but being at the height, that area is very cool, the temperature is very low in that area, and that is why this Leh is called as cold desert. It gets very little rainfall. Here are the snow-capped mountains and a cold flat ground, because of which there were cold every time, so it is called as cold desert. Other than that, while he was moving, he found himself in a quiet street with beautiful white houses, and he was riding slowly so that he was finding group of children are following behind him, and they were calling him Jule Jule, which means welcome, welcome, because they were all amazed to see the loner in that way, so with so many things hanged on it, isn't it? So everyone wanted him to come to their home. You can see here the picture, children, of Leh, a beautiful cold desert. So here I am showing you some picture of Leh. You can see very cold desert because of the temperature. You can see here it is completely desert area, but the mountains are snow capped, so it is very cold area as well. So this is called as cold desert. Other than that, as the Gaurav Jani said, yes, kids follow the vehicles, but here you can, in this picture, they are not following a vehicle, two-wheeler. Gaurav Jani Loner is carrying so many goods, and because of that, children were amazed. So they were following that vehicle. At home with Tashi. Now, who is Tashi? Children, out of those kids, Tashi dragged him to his home, and there he saw it was a building with a two floor. The house was actually made up of stones, which were kept one over the other, and the walls were coated with a thick layer of mud and lime. It was looked like a shed from inside with a lot of hay. Here you can see, children, the houses are constructed on the mountains in this manner, one house over the other. And if you are standing at the top house of anywhere, so you can see the houses roof which are below that. In this manner you can have the view also, and you can see generally the buildings are white in color, right? They We took the wooden steps and reached the first floor. This is where we stay. Tashi told him that we stay at first floor because the ground floor is kept for the animals and for storing the necessary things. So sometimes when it is too cold, they also move toward downstairs. Downstairs. You know why? As Gaurav Jani said while going, he has noticed that the ground floor had no windows. It is made up of thick tree trunks were used to make roof strong. So because of that, there might be the warm atmosphere. Tashi then took him to the roof of his house. What a view! I could see the small flat roofs all around. On some, red chilies were laid out to dry, and on some, there were orange pumpkin, golden yellow corn, some had stacks of paddy, and on some, cow dung cakes. So, children, as I told you, you can see in this picture, if you are standing on the roof of any one house, you can see the roofs of other houses. So, people are using their houses to dry the things. So, it was looking so beautiful from there. He can find so many things which were kept for drying, like orange pumpkin, golden yellow corns, that red chilies, paddy stacks, cow dungs. This is the most important part of our house, said Tashi. He said, during summer season we dry many fruits and vegetables so that they can store them for winters when they do not get the fresh fruits and vegetables. Children thought Gaurav was standing with Tashi, and he could see how every part of the house was built specially to suit the need of the people. And the houses were built so differently so that they can understand how thick the walls, a wooden floor, and a wooden ceiling, which were protected them from the cold. Isn't it what they will have to keep in the mind, that temperature of the area, so that they can make them feel warm? So, here are the questions that you should have to write. Let us discuss this. During winters, Tashi and his family live on the ground floor. Why would they be doing so? And what is the roof of your house like? What all is the roof used for? So, children, you know that there were no windows on the ground floor, as Gaurav Jani explained. So, this would keep the room warm even during winters, and that is why Tashi and his family live on the ground floor during winters, because the temperature increases during winter season. Now, what is the roof of our house look like? You know that our house has the flat roof, which is made up of bricks and cement, and they use the roof for drying clothes and also for drying potato chips, papad, bed, papad, isn't it? And on summers we sometimes sleep also on the roof. So this is all what we use for our house. So here we have seen a lot about the house in Leh with the help of the Tashi's house. And children, you will have to try to find out the different states in the political map which we have come across today in our today's video. So try to find out those states in the political map of India. In the next video we will see further the chapter, and I will try to explain you the more content. Till that time we will have to do the reading from page number 120 to 123 and underline the important points. Let us go and try to solve your internal questions. See you in the next video, children. Till that time, take care of yourself. Feel free to ask your queries if you have. from today's content. Complete your task and stay safe, stay home. Enjoy online schooling. Thank you all of you.